Right, good afternoon. On to our next square for my wall hanging. It's Silk Fusion this time. I did briefly show you in the last video that I picked up some tussah silk from Heidi Feathers. Yeah, it's a very fine, you'll see when I pull it out. I'm not doing it yet. I don't know what colours to use yet actually as well. So basically you lay out a piece of netting or what else does she recommend? A bit of tulle. Which is like a fine net or a piece of netting. I've just got a piece of netting here, much bigger than what I need. This is a 6.5 inch square, but I want to give myself wiggle room, so I'm going with that size. You lay your tussah silk down. You can put what do you call them? Inclusions in there. I don't know if you can see there. She's got like a leaf. Now I have got some of those leaves, which I put in here. But yeah, I'm not sure about the leaves. What else I have pulled out is some skeleton leaves in a very pale pink, because you know you can use that as well. So you can lay them on, little wisps of the tussah silk over the top, and then I'll take you through the rest of it. Again, I'm working quite loosely from this book, but nonetheless, let's just balance that there. Will you stay? Yes, nice. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit wet and mucky. You don't actually felt it. Normally with this stuff you can felt it in with wool roving, you know, wool that you pull apart. Uncarded wool. I can't remember what the official name is. Gold. Yeah, so you can add that to give it a bit of shine, but we're just going to do a single piece, and then I don't know, I'm just trying to think what colour's best. I might just use this sort of creamy colour in the yellow and maybe a little bit of the pink. Let's see what comes up. I don't want to use the leaves, because after this one there is another one where we use silk cocoons and that's why I've got them in here. Found those luckily. Oh, I don't know, we'll try. Let's just play. How are you all anyway? I hope you're all right. It's actually sunshine in here in the UK at the moment. We haven't seen it for a while, that's why I'm mentioning it. Right, let's separate these ones. I don't think I want. I'm just looking at my wall with all the other ones on it. I might put a little bit of green in actually. That's a really nice green. But yeah, this stuff, it wants to go everywhere. It is so soft. Right, so let's try a little bit of green. Even shot, yeah. Get off a little bit of that, and a little bit of that, and maybe the odd wisp of purple. I've got quite a lot of purple. Right, okay. Right, let's put those other two away. This is great. I'll use this with my embellisher machine as well, which is something I've promised myself I'm going to get back out again. So Rhonda, be on standby for emergency needles. Can't get them in the UK, bless her heart. She sent them over from the States for me. Right, I'll try and find the end of this. Right, this just wants to go everywhere. So I'm going to lay down a background. Might start, do a couple of layers. I might start with the pink. Maybe we'll start with the darker colours and work our way up. Now the nicest way to pull this stuff is to just pull like that. It's kind of like the sheep's wool. It's got a staple length, which is that basically. I will keep measuring it with my don't know if it's going to shrink either, so anyway, I'm going to do this. I'll speed you up because it's going to take a while. Right, okay, so that should be big enough. And then I'm going to crisscross with some of these. You have to keep crisscrossing so that they meld together to make a fabric. Although the final ingredients are fabric medium on top, which I'm really surprised about actually. I will show you when we get there. I don't want to put too thick a layer of this on, so I'm trying to keep it as light as possible. It is going to be mounted on fabric, so this bit's going everywhere. So if it's, you know, if it sort of is a bit gappy in that, I'm not really worried, I'll be honest with you. So it's not, you know, this is not going to be an individual piece, if you like. It is going to have to be mounted on fabric to make it into a panel from my wall hanging. So I'm just going to put some tiny wisps of this in as well. So you keep crisscrossing, okay? Right, that's very thin. Don't know what it's going to turn out like. I've got plenty left. We can make another one with this pants. So this is where I want to put these leaves in, and then I'm going to go over the top with the creamy colour, what you see in the air there. I've had these left over for ages, so I'm going to use them all. Might be a bit of overkill, but oh, there's fibres going everywhere. Sorry for the blowing. I'm hoping they're going to show up. It does go very translucent, this stuff, so might let that do for a second. I've got 3 left, so I might put a very, very light layer of this one down now. We went sideways, so we need to go up and down now. Okay, let's put these final 3. I don't know how this is going to look. This is totally an experiment, okay? We just need the finest layers over these now, just to get them to hook together, basically. It hasn't got wool itself has got like little tiny barbs on it. This doesn't, but it will felt together. But as I say, we're not actually, you know, we're not going to pick it up and start rolling it like you do with felting, so don't expect that in a second. Right, it's a very light layer, but again, it is going to be stitched. It's going to be sewn onto another piece of fabric. So Cover it now with the other piece of net, the other side. This does not stay on, so do not panic about the colour. Now, I don't understand this bit, but she said to dissolve a bit of shampoo in some water, which is what I've done here, and then wet it. And this is kind of where I think it's a bit sort of felty like. It just says brush the solution on the tulle until all the layers are thoroughly saturated. Blot out as much water as possible with paper towels. Coat both sides with a full strength textile medium, which I've got on standby here. Let the fusion dry on a screen. I haven't got a screen, but I've got a metal grid thing. And then peel off the tulle, so you have to leave it to dry. So again, this is going to be another one of those videos where I'll have to come back and show you the final result, because at the moment you're not going to see anything. So this is the diluted shampoo. Again, it could be just that little bit of detergent or a little bit of shampoo basically is going to be enough to make it start felting together. Who knows? There's so many fibres flying around, it's all going up my nose. So we're just going to brush this on. So it smells very coconutty here right now. So yeah, I can see the little bit of bubbles coming up there, so that's good. I've literally put a drop of shampoo in there as well, actually, so it doesn't take much. Now I am a bit worried. She says to just blot this now and then put on the fabric medium, and my worry is the fabric medium going to make the net stick to the tulle, to the tussah silk? I don't know. We're not going to see much until it's all dry. So I'm a bit nervous about the next bit. Not going to lie. Right, let's get a bit of kitchen roll. Actually, I'll use my I've got one of these, you know, super absorbent cloth things here. So blot out as much water as possible. She says paper towels, but I'm using this highly absorbent cloth here. You know, stay. Oh, it smells lovely. Coconuts. Yeah, I haven't caught all of the bits, but that's fine. Just lift that up. Let's blot the other side. I'm presuming it went through. Yes, it's quite wet there. Right, well, yeah. Let's put the textile medium on. I'll have to come back and show you it when it's dry, and just pray, and pray with me that the netting doesn't stick to what's under here. So this is a piece, well, textile medium. I've had this stuff forever. In fact, I had lost it, and I sat here last night and I thought, no, because I know I've seen it, and I was going to use my more expensive golden textile medium. Oh, crikey. Hold on. The GAC 900. This might have gone off actually looking at that. But yeah, I thought, no, I'll I'm looking for my water sprayer. Hiding behind the kitchen roll like it does. Yeah, I thought I'd just give this a go anyway. Let's see what this it's not going to need to be super strong fabric medium anyway, because this is a very light tussah silk. So That's nice and glubbly, isn't it? Yuck. It'll do the job though. Yeah, so I suppose the idea is this sticks all the fibres together, doesn't it? But I am just worried about the netting. We'll find out together if it works or not. If I come on next time and I'm crying, you'll know it all went wrong. Right, okay, so she said generous coat, didn't coat both sides with full strength textile medium. Right, okay. Yeah, that textile medium is very old, but it should work. Just going to concentrate around the leaves. Hopefully that'll make them all stick together. Who knows? Not done this before. You with me? Gonna need more. I might just give in and get my posh one out. That is super wet and runny. Oh, this is the GAC 900. I use it a lot when I'm gel printing on fabrics. It's a really good fabric medium actually. Those lumps. Let's just quickly do the other side. A lot of it has gone through actually, so I don't know if you can see it there here. It really wasn't a very thick layer of the silk, so. But like I say, it doesn't need to be. I suppose thinking about it, actually agitating this netting on top of it will be having that felty effect. So she's still sort of making the fibres move. I might as well just dribble the last of that on there. Let's use some of that on the other side as well. It's definitely going through. You can see it under there, that all over the mat. That's fine. That's all good. Right, well, that needs to dry. If they look pants, what I might do is stitch on those leaves. Those plastic, I've got these silky, not plastic, they're silky leaves. So I might stitch some of those on, but it was just nice to get those skeleton leaves used because they've been hanging around my room for a bit. Right, well, who knows? It could have worked beautifully, or it might be an absolute disaster. We won't know until it dries. And like I said, I can always, I don't know if you can see, let me just see what you can see. Yeah, so there's the veins of the leaves there. So, right, well, I'll come back when that's all dry. Who knows? I'll see you in a bit. Right, it's a couple of days later. Fingers crossed that it hasn't stuck to the netting. I cut a piece of sort of creamy coloured fabric to back this onto. So yeah, 6.5. I'm going to do a 6.5 square because looking at it, that's kind of all I'm going to be able to achieve. Are you going to peel? Oh, yes. I really was worried that that fabric glue or fabric medium will have permanently sealed this to the netting, but it is coming off. And you can see the leaves. Hurrah! Oh, it came off a little bit. It'll be if I can get the other side off. Because this isn't a very big, thick piece of fabric, in air quotes. Worst case scenario, I'll just leave the netting on the back, but I really would rather it came off. Oh, yes. Hurrah. I shall keep that because there are more silk projects in the future. I don't know, what can you see? Can you see the leaves in there? I'm almost tempted. I love the wispy edges, so I'm almost tempted to partially cover the square and sort of chop it. Just looking at my wall, what will go best? Because that's just too nice to lose. That's not so pretty, but that I love. Actually, you have to keep it quite a bit away. Maybe not then. Yeah, because I've got to remember I've got to take off 1/4 of an inch all the way round here. Oh, I don't know what to do. Because she used the whole bit. Maybe that would be best to do. Let's have a look at it from this way and we get a better... Maybe if I do that, and the bits I cut off, I don't know what to do. Maybe something like that. Can't say that I'm particularly keen on this. It was fun to do, but I'm not sure that, because I feel you need to see the fluffy edges to make it make sense. So if I kind of, I mean that would be entrapped in the seams, same as there, but you would get that effect. It would have to go vertical for me. Little bit of it's not OCD, but or do I cut circles out of it? What have I got? I haven't got any squares actually. Well, the blue bit's got squares on it, I suppose. I'm just thinking, do I just cut? Could just kind of, sorry, there's it's really getting dark here now. Just let's make a viewer. Sometimes it helps. So that would be the edge. I could, before I stitch, always flop all this bit back, couldn't I? Sort of hold that back when I'm stitching. Maybe just because I like to see that floofy edge. Do you know what I mean? But you see the leaves are going that way, but then I could always, no. Well, that doesn't matter that the leaves are going that way. So what I might do, I might cut it like that. You're probably shouting at me right now. Don't do it, but I feel for me that I need to see these fluffy edges. Because the other sides haven't got any proper fluffy edges. Oh, that one has, I suppose. No, but I like these two. Right, so I think I'm going to be very brave. I'm going to cut it there. Pull this all back when I come to stitch it, so it doesn't get caught in the stitching, and then it can just fluff over, and then maybe do some hand embroidery around these leaves here, just to really make them stand out. Okay, decision is made. It might be the wrong one, but it's the one I'm doing. Right. Or, hang on, do I want more of that like that? So I'm just looking, they've got really nice, and then the leaves are actually horizontal and vertical, but then you don't get that. No, I'm going to go back to where I was. Right, sorry. You've got to try all these things. Ugh. Right, so that will actually peel back, and so will that. Because once I cut it, that's it. I don't know what it is about that purple edge. That's one that's, I'm really liking that. And just live with the leaves going that way. Right. Let's do it. Stop thinking about it. Let's do it. I guess we could do it that way with tumbling leaves. Doesn't look right that way for some reason. That doesn't look too bad actually. And then these, I might be able to floof these out a bit just by pulling. I like that. I do feel that I need to see the white through, or the cream through, just to give you that, because that just on its own is too much for me. And then I've got these bits I can play with. Right, okay. Less talking, more doing. I might have to go and put my heating on. It's absolutely freezing in my house at the moment. My hands are cold, which means the stitching will go wrong. I know I'll lose 1/4 inch here and 1/4 inch, well, 1/4 inch all round really, which is just what it is really. I went crooked. Right, come on, you are a perfect 6.5 inch square. I know, I cut you literally just now. Okay, maybe I'll cut you a little bit wonky then. You were done with the square. Well, do you know what? That really doesn't matter because it's going to go into the seam anyway. These blinking pins are useless. Let me... all these little ones go through. It is actually quite thick. Sorry, I'm having to drag it out of your view. But it's actually quite thick material now. And it's not sticky. Though my worry was that it would be sticky as well, but it's not. So that's good. Yeah, these shorter pins are better. They're not buckling the fabric as bad. These are the little... are they Bowen applique pins? Really nice. Very useful. Anyway, the little applique pins. In case you're wondering. Because you might just be. Clearly you didn't cut that very straight. Okay. So, for me, I need to enhance those leaves. So whichever orientation I put it on the actual hanging, really doesn't matter, but I am going to outline those leaves. So, are you ready? I've got my wondrous box of Wonderful yarn threads here. I don't know whether to go really bold or a bit more subtle. Strangely, I think I might go subtle. I think what I'll do, are you actually seeing the leaves? Let me have a look in the screen. Yeah, you can just about see the veins, main veins. I need to get that box made for those threads. Another job. Right, what I might do is do one with you and then bimble off, come back and show you the finished article. Come here. Come on. I'm rapidly losing daylight. What is the time? I don't know. My clock's fallen over. It's only 3:30. Mind you, it does get dark at that time, doesn't it? Ish. I think it's alright for you guys. And that's all that matters. Right, I'm just going to outline one for now with you. And what I think I might do, if I can get the needle through, yeah. Let's just do a very simple back stitch. Well, kind of a stem stitch. I'm going too big with the stitches. Smaller stitches. It's almost leathery, this fabric. It's weird. I guess that's the textile medium doing that. Ah, now there was... oh, I can see there's one underneath there. Okay, well, let's do these ones. Let's do these top ones with... yeah, I remember now. Sorry, it's been a couple of days since I've done this. I layered on top of each other, didn't I? So we'll do these top ones in the lighter and maybe the bottom ones in the bolder. Do I even need to do them? Who knows? Yeah, it's very leathery. What's nice is, even though they're very delicate skeleton leaves there, I can actually fold the fabric and manipulate it, which is pretty darn cool considering. I'll just do this one. I'm rapidly losing light, and working under artificial light really hurts my eyes now, so I will finish this off later on in the week. There's your tip there. Yeah, and obviously you'll see it on Sunday anyway. Yeah, I'm struggling to see, peeps. Maybe I'll do some in the lighter colour and some in the brighter colour. That might look really nice, actually. I don't know if I'd bother with the underneath ones, because the only one I can see underneath is that one there. So I think these are all... because what did I do? I'd have to watch my video back. I can't remember. Was it 3 underneath and then the rest on top? Or was it the other way round? I don't know. shall kick myself when I'm looking at the video. I go, oh yeah, that's what you did. Yeah. It's quite soft towards the edges, but in the centre I must have gone a bit heavy with the fabric medium in the centre. But the good news is it does work. They have stuck together beautifully. It is one sheet of fabric, which was my worry. It was going to be too fragile to work with, but you can see, you know, this is scrunchable. So, and those leaves aren't cracking. So that's pretty darn cool. Now, which fabric medium was the best? I don't know, because obviously I mixed both on the but that GAC 900 is lovely stuff. It's a bit pricey, but to be honest, I've had that bottle for, I don't know, 3 years, and I use it in gel printing and everything, so yeah, it does last. And if you've got things that last, you don't mind paying out a little bit for them, do you? There's a bit of thread checking going on here. Will she make it? Who knows? I think I just want to go in there and just come up here. Let's have a look, see if we think that's enough. What I'll probably do is call this a video with the previous process video, if you like, and then show you on the next one what it looks like when it's all stitched. But that's pretty funky. Let me just see what you can see. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you can see all the leaves go. Sorry, I couldn't see it up there. Yeah, that's nice. So I think what I'll do is I will carry on outlining as much as I can see. When the daylight's better, it'll be better. And maybe use this brighter one, although I have got this one which has got greens and blues. That might be even brighter still. Although I do like that one. Yeah, do you know, I think I'm going to go that. I need to get more of this. Look, I'm nearly out of this one. I have loved it. I've loved working with this one. It's got shorter breaks on it, so yeah, I think I'll do that one instead. Right, those two. Sold. Right. Okay, well, I'll leave it there for now. So it does work. I'll say with the tussah silk. It's lovely. Love this stuff. And it looks better on camera than it does in real life at the moment. So. Right. Okay, well, I'll show you on the next video when it's the wall hanging one, how this finished up looking. And then there's another project in the book. So, I'll see you then. Bye.